Hi everyone, it's KIREI here for Hey Little Magpie, and I have a brand new process video for you using the fabulous Simple Stories Rustic Legend collection. This is the second layout that I've done using the collection, and I am loving it. It's perfect for getting some of those male photos that I've had sat there waiting to be scrapped. So this photo goes back actually to 2024, and it's a fun one. That's my husband on the right, and the guy on the left is a friend of Lee's friend, and they were out in, I think it was probably Nottingham, in for Simon's 50th birthday, and all of the mates were just saying, "You could be brothers, you could be brothers." So yeah, they had to have a photo, obviously. So it's been sat there waiting to be scrapped. So I finally got it done, which is great. Okay, so I have a couple of pattern pieces of paper. So the one on the left, which has got the rulers on it, is called Level Up. And then the grid style, the green, is called Carve Your Path. And then I've mounted my photo on it's the same paper as the rulers, but it's just the reverse side. There we go. It's that side there in the map. And then the two camera images are from Shoot Your Shot paper, and that's got loads of it's like sort of, I guess, like journal cards, but they're not journal cards because they've got all camera images on them. And I just cut them out because I thought they'd be good to sort of layer up and add on. So I am just getting those pieces stuck down. I've obviously distressed the edges of the green grid paper, and I've distressed the edges of my photo mount, and of course I'm doing a bit more distressing of these two pieces here. Now, I only had one photo for this layout, and I have been using a lot more photos on my layouts, but it's always good sometimes to go back to just using one or two, because sometimes you only need one to tell the story. So, but on this layout, if you have more photos, you could definitely get another one on here. The one actually where the good times piece is, you'd get another portrait photo would fit really nicely in that place, in that spot there. So yeah. Okay, and now what I'm doing is I'm just playing around with the ephemera, and I've got two lots. I've got the bits and pieces, and I've got the journal bits ephemera from the collection. And there's loads and loads of bits in both of them. And I'm just sort of playing around with which bits are going to go where. I've got the tag and the sort of little card piece which says 100% genuine on it, and I'm just going to add those behind the camera pieces before I get them all completely stuck down. My photo, I've added foam tape along the top and then left it flat at the bottom. I typically do that because I'm going to add sort of embellishments around the bottom of a photo, and if it was the top of a photo, I'd probably be tucking them in behind. Okay, so now is more embellishments. I've got the camera there layered up. I've just moved it back off, but I thought actually it could be quite cool if I raised the camera off that snapshots card. I've got the banner there. I've got a compass, camera, another camera. I've got the number 2, which I thought was perfect because obviously there's 2 of them. And then I've got the glasses. They're both wearing glasses, so definitely needed to get that added. So there you go. Yeah, I'm getting that other camera layered over on the left side there. And again, it's just layering. I just love adding dimension and layers and different sorts of textures to my layout. So yeah, that worked well. Then I'm just adding in my the glasses here. Now with what I have done, they are stuck down with glue, but I have curved them so that I've only stuck them sort of at the ends and in the very center. So yeah. And then I've got the bottom cluster there. I've got the hand piece. I've got like a ticket, a couple of tickets there. And then I've got a phrase that says "Band of Brothers," which I thought worked well. I mean, I know they're not brothers, but yeah, they could be, as they all the mates were saying. Another one with the number 2 on it. And so just creating this nice little cluster down on the left there, just to balance out the other clusters that I've got at the top and around the photo. Okay, so then I can get this cluster stuck down over to the right. So yeah, this collection is, as I say, there is loads in it with all the two ephemera packs. I've got foam stickers. I've got the rub-ons. Here we go, as if by magic. I've got the decorative brads and the enamel dots. I've got loads here, and this, in fact, I might even get some more papers because it'd be one of those collections. I think I'm just going to keep in my stash because I do love it. I love the colours in it, and it will just be really, really useful going forward. So I've in the rub-ons, I've got some of the stars, and then I've got the stars from the ephemera. So I'm sort of mixing them up, and the stars are my sort of consistent shape that I'm using in each of my clusters, and that just to me brings the layout together by utilizing those sort of same shapes. So I've got the little stars from the ephemera, but I have the rub-on stars as well. And what you'll see, I'm just curving up those edges because I am sticking them down effectively flat, but just in the center. And then I've got these rub-on stars. I think, yeah, I'm going to trim some off and just add two of them into that little sort of star grouping. If I can, I'd try and go for like clusters of 3 of the same image or shape, but they don't obviously have to be the same. So yeah, it's fine if you don't, but I mean, it's that rule of 3. It's just a bit more pleasing to the eye. Certainly, odd numbers actually are, funnily enough. Then I've got the decorative brads, so I'm going to add in. I've got the one down the bottom I've just said, which says cool. Up the top, it just has another star on it, and then I'm just going to have a plain coloured one. I'm just tucking into that cluster. I'm looking at the foam stickers here, if there was anything that I could use. I've got this arrow, fiddle around with it, and then I sit it over to the side, but I do use it in the bottom left cluster eventually. And there's a couple, I think there's a couple of tiny little stars that I'm just going to add into my clusters. I think one at the very bottom, and I will add one at the top as well. And then what's next? Here we go. I did get some thread. It's wax thread actually from a previous embellishment kit. And I've added it around the tag at the very top, around the number 2. So I did have to lift it off, and around the finger on that hand. And then I've got this metal tag clip that was also from one of the Hey Little Magpie embellishment kits. And I've just sort of threaded that through that top tag. Had a rub-on, another rub-on that I thought would look good just layered underneath here. So I'm just doing that now. And then I'm getting there. I'm almost done. I do add some enamel dots, but I think I add those after because I forgot about them, to be completely honest. And then it's my title. Now, I really did actually fiddle around with this because I hadn't really thought about the title, and I've got those 2 words there, good times and chill. And actually, that is where my title would go. And I was trying these alphas, and they just weren't working for me. But I did come up with something. I go back to my trusty Doodlebug alphas, which I do love, and they're smaller, and I tuck it into the top right, and I think that worked really well. There we go. You can see it there, 2 of a kind. Yeah, so much happy with that. And then, of course, I added some journaling on the green grid paper below the photo. I hope you've enjoyed the process video, and I will see you again soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.